You've probably heard before, Mississauga's too expensive, or the traffic is a nightmare, or maybe it's just a bland suburban sprawl. Well, I've heard these comments countless times, and honestly, there's a mix of truth and myth in them. Here's one thing, Mississauga is one of the fastest growing, most diverse, opportunity-filled cities in the GTA, and quite frankly, beyond the GTA. But like anywhere else, it does have its challenges. And so in this video, I'm going to break down the most common reasons people say you shouldn't move to Mississauga and give you the full picture. The parts that you hear about, I'm going to cover the things that you don't hear about. And by the end, you'll know if Mississauga is truly overrated or if it's the perfect place for you and your family. I'm Heidi Brown with GTA Living with yours truly, Heidi Brown, and I help families and investors navigate the Greater Toronto Area real estate market so they can find their ideal home and lifestyle. I've even created a Moving to Mississauga guide to help you navigate. So let's dive in and start busting some myths. Let's start with the number one thing that people always bring up, the cost of living. People say Mississauga is way too expensive compared to the surrounding towns like Milton or Brampton. And you know what? They're not wrong. Housing is higher here than some neighboring communities, but here's the part that they don't mention. Those higher prices come with higher stability and strong resale value. Mississauga's real estate market doesn't swing wildly. It holds its value because the city's strong economy and steady demand. And you know what? Let's talk about the variety. You'll find everything from urban condos near Square One in our city core to lovely family homes in quiet suburbs to quaint village-like neighborhoods like Streetsville or Port Credit, and many wonderful neighborhoods if you're seeking a little luxury. Streetsville has always been a favorite of mine. It's charming, historic, and has a real village feel. And I love that you can run an errand. That's where my hair salon is, so I go there. I can grab a coffee or stroll along Main Street. It feels like a little village. But I also love that you've got the best of both worlds. In one area, you got this cute little village, and then you've got this modern, ultra-urban vibe just a few minutes away. So yes, you'll pay more up front, but you're buying into one of the GTA's most resilient real estate markets. And for many homeowners, that is peace of mind, and that is priceless. When I bought my first home in Mississauga, it was many, many moons ago. I was 21 years old, and I felt really nervous. I was young, and I was really stretching my budget. The price was so much more than the home that my best friend had just purchased in another town, around the same time. But years later, that decision to buy in Mississauga has given me equity and stability, and it remains an investment property for me as of today, even. And that has really helped shape my whole real estate journey. And affordability isn't really just about housing prices only. It's all about the cost and how easy it is to kind of get around, which brings me to the next big complaint, traffic and commuting. Yeah, traffic, love-hate relationship. Most people hate it. We've got the 401, 403. QE can be packed during rush hour, and it's no one's favorite part of the day. I know I've gotten used to it over the years, and I've kind of learned to plan my day around it if I can, or take it as the time to chill, listen to my playlist, or I've got a growing audiobook library, so I'd plug in an audiobook and make the most of the time there. But on the flip side of that, traffic flow to Mississauga, it's no longer a commuter city like people thought it was. In fact, for years, it's been known as a net importer of jobs, which means more people come to Mississauga than to leave for work. So this matters because many residents actually live and work right in the city, cutting down on those commutes altogether. And on top of that, there has been major investments in transit, including the new Ontario Light Rail Transit, the LRT. It connects its key areas, and there's continuous improvements to the GO Transit and MyWay bus routes. Plus, so many companies are actually offering hybrid and remote working arrangements, so a lot of people aren't battling traffic 5 days a week like they used to, right? So, still got to be honest, traffic stinks, and it's here sometimes, but Mississauga offers so many ways to live, work, and play all within the same area and not having to worry about going to Toronto. And so when you're navigating around Mississauga, you'll quickly see it's not the cookie cutter suburb that people always imagined. So let's bust the suburban stereotype myth. Some people roll their eyes and say Mississauga is just endless suburban sprawl. But once you've actually spent time exploring it, you'll see that it couldn't be further from the truth. Mississauga is a city made up of vibrant neighborhoods. Each has its own unique character and lifestyle. I've mentioned our city core, Square One. It's got a great shopping mall. My teenage daughter loves it. It's got flagship stores in there that you don't find in every mall. And the whole area has really transformed into a bustling urban hub filled with modern condos. You've got diverse restaurants, lively festivals, and a growing nightlife scene that is just better and better as each year passes. And then there's another part of Mississauga, Port Credit, that offers stunning waterfront living with a charming small town feel at the same time. Don't forget Streetsville, that cute little historic village. And for those of you that love nature, Meadowvale, well, not just Meadowvale, but a lot of our communities, they boast extensive trails and green spaces and parks, and perfect for outdoor activities. And another thing that I really love about Mississauga is our incredible diversity, not just about the community and the parks and the areas, diversity in people. Families from all over the world call Mississauga home. We've got a strong Polish community, and Italian and Spanish and Indian and Croatian, Chinese and more. And there is even a Lithuanian church and hall and cemetery, a place very near and dear to me and my roots. And there's so much more. So with all of these rich blend of cultures, it's showing up everywhere, especially in the food scene, where you can literally take a global culinary tour without even leaving the city borders. One of my favorite things to do is I can go and pick up like freshly made samosas. They are hugely popular with my family and friends, and I bring them often as hostess gifts. And it's a perfect example of the cultural richness that's available every corner. And if you walk through the city center, like you'll see in the summertime festivals, and you'll get a real energy and vibrancy of that multicultural spirit that we have here in Mississauga and what makes it so special. And speaking of things to do, there's more. So let's talk about Mississauga's outdoor spaces, because the city's made some big investments. There is a bit of a reality check that we are Canadian and we have the winters, but I can definitely say it's not so bad. There's no getting around it. I'm not going to pretend, but Mississauga has done an amazing job making sure that there's plenty of things to do year-round. So no matter what the season, you got something to do. The city is packed with parks. I mean, hundreds of parks, from little neighborhood playgrounds to huge scenic green spaces, perfect for picnics or morning jogs or strolling along the river or Lake Ontario. The waterfront, especially Port Credit, is absolutely beautiful and offers stunning spots for walking or biking or just grabbing a coffee and taking in the view. And even when the snow does pile up, there's still so much to do. There's indoor recreation centers, skating rinks, community events, and things that keep families active and connected through the winter months. So yes, part of the year might be cold outside, but that doesn't mean your lifestyle has to slow down. Well, unless you want it to. And here's the best part. All of these amazing amenities and activities, well, they exist because Mississauga has a strong, diverse economy that's needed to support all of that. It's proof that this city isn't just growing in size, it's growing in opportunity and quality of life. When it comes to jobs and the economy, some people still think you have to commute into Toronto to find a great career opportunity, but well, that's just not true anymore. Mississauga has grown into an economic powerhouse all on its own. It's home to the Pearson International Airport, or as our dear former Hazel McCallion used to say, she used to like to call it the Mississauga Airport. Well, it's one of the largest employers in the region, and that's just the start. The city is it's filled with sort of hundreds of corporate headquarters, many Fortune 500 companies, and even small businesses of all sorts. And what really makes Mississauga stand out is its diverse range of strong industries, from our tech and life sciences communities to logistics, advanced manufacturing. They are all thriving sectors offering a wide variety of well-paying jobs. Back when I worked in economic development for the city, I saw firsthand these global businesses, they're coming here and they were drawn to Mississauga because of its strategic location, the airport, the transits, but super skilled workforce here and the strong infrastructure. And here's why this matters to you. A strong economy, well, that fuels a strong real estate market. Where there are good jobs, there's consistent housing demands. And that means buying a home or investing in Mississauga isn't just about finding a place to live. It's putting your money into a city that's built for long-term growth and stability. But Mississauga just isn't about work. It also is about creating a safe and welcoming community for families. And while we're talking communities and safety, some big cities, well, they can feel cold or personal or maybe a bit unsafe. But Mississauga, it has always stood out for being the exact opposite. It has consistently ranked as one of the, if not the safest city in all of Canada, which says a lot about the quality of life here. There are excellent schools, vibrant community programs, and a calendar full of events that bring people together, from cultural festivals to neighborhood gatherings. And as someone who's helped families move here to the area, I've just seen how quickly newcomers can settle in, whether they're relocating from another part of the GTA or moving from across the globe. They'll often find their place here and find their way, and they'll find it quicker than they expected. There's so many supports here for that as well. This is a city where neighbors look out for one another, where kids can play outside safely, and where there's a genuine sense of belonging. That kind of a strong, connected community, well, that doesn't just happen by chance. Behind it all is thoughtful leadership and smart planning, ensuring that Mississauga keeps growing while staying true to the values that make it such a really warm, welcoming place to live. So we can't skip the leadership and the governments in Mississauga. A city doesn't come this successful by accident. It takes vision. And so for decades, Mississauga benefited from Hazel McCallion's leadership. She wasn't called Hurricane Hazel for nothing. Hazel helped shape Mississauga into one of Canada's most stable and well-managed cities. I had the extreme privilege of working with Mayor McCallion on a few projects, and her passion for Mississauga was truly inspiring. She taught me and many others to do your homework before making big decisions, and that's advice I carry with me to this day. That foundation of a strong vision and strong government continues to guide the city's growth even today. And part of that growth includes investing in education, which is a huge priority for families. Mississauga really stands out when it comes to education. And as someone who's worked with many families moving here, I've just seen how big of a draw that really is. So whether you've got little ones or just starting out in school, or you've got older kids that are planning on post-secondary, there are amazing opportunities here. The University of Toronto, it has made incredible expansions and advances. We got a Mississauga campus here that's just growing, and offers top-tier programs. Sheridan College, right in our city core, well, it's world-renowned for its arts, technology, and business courses. It's such a bonus to have these great organizations right here in the city. There's no need to commute to them anymore. And for the younger students, Mississauga has a real wide variety of public schools, separate schools, and even private schools, which means families can choose what works best for their kids and their kids' learning styles and where they're going for the future. What I love most is how this strong educational network creates a real sense of community. It draws families from all over the world and makes Mississauga not just a great place to live, but a hub for growth and lifelong learning. It's one of those things that really adds to the city's quality of life. And it's a big reason why so many families decide to put down roots here. But before you make a decision about moving to Mississauga or crossing it off your list, whatever it is, spend an entire day exploring the different neighborhoods here. Go at different times of day, the morning, the afternoon, the evening. The vibes can be very different at different times of day. Walk the streets, check out the local shops, grab a bite, and, pay attention to the small things, like the neighborhood, the feel, the parking, the noise, and the energy. This hands-on experience will tell you more about a neighborhood than, the photos or the online listings ever will. So, is Mississauga overrated? Honestly, I don't think so. This city has so much going for it: a thriving economy, diverse neighborhoods, safe communities, and endless opportunities for growth. Sure, there are challenges like higher housing costs, and yes, that infamous GTA traffic, but every city comes with trade-offs. When you look at the big picture, it's easy to see why Mississauga continues to be one of the most sought-after places to live in the GTA. And if you're planning a move to Mississauga, I've put together that free resource just for you. It's called Stress Free Move to Mississauga, and it's a step-by-step guide. And inside it, you'll find everything you need to know to make your move smooth and stress-free, including a very cool interactive tool I've developed that'll help you pick the best neighborhoods or explore the vibe culturally and learn about the city and the economic opportunities here. And get a real feel for living. You can download it completely free. Just click the link in the description box below and grab your copy today. And before you go, please, don't forget to like this video if you like it, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you never miss an update. I'm Heidi Brown with Heidi Brown's GTA Living. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And they find their place way faster than ever expected. I can't believe somebody's calling me. Saga, and give you the full picture. The parts that somebody forgot to turn off their phone. Work right here in the city. Counting, cutting off on those, counting down. Oh, shit. Smart planning, ensuring that Mississauga keeps growing while staying true to the values. Okay, I'm just. How can I even? No, might as well.